That would be a spectacular beginning to a potential playoff run, the likes of which we only saw last season from the Justice.
And these teams, they don't want to be focusing on the past right now. It's all about the here and now, trying to win this fight right now. The Outlaws coming out with a wrecking ball. See a fast initiation here from the Washington Justice. Going to be running this Lucio Moira backline. They want to play with a bit of pace and aggression around the cooldowns as well, just trying to dive on one particular target. But the Outlaws, they just absorb the aggression, play backwards, and now it's their time to strike. You can see the power driver comes in, Dreamer sets it up. Is there going to be any sort of follow-up? Not quite. Still going back in, but Dreamer hacked up. He's in trouble. Has to try and break this bubble and back off to the rest of his team for heals here, but he's being pressured so heavily.
Thematically, the Justice's composition is great if they can find these good opportunities to engage. Speed boost, coalescence, what does the Outlaws do here? Mag is so weak though, Discord Orb on his head, but it's the main tank for the Houston Outlaws that goes down first.
I believe that was a hack to set that one up as well into the coalescence. Almost an instant team fight win. And as soon as you get this going, you've got the forward positioning. Houston looking like they don't want to give this up too easily. In fact, a perfect leap in there by Mag actually completely splits up the team. The bubble blocking a lot of heals. Piggy is in trouble, and they're forcing ultimates out. Crimson are using a Transcendence, but Decay just takes Happy straight out. Not over yet, though. Crimson leading the charge as well, firing shot after shot with the Discord Orbs. They need to get these kills, and they're finally going to be getting them on the other side of the kill feed for once. This is going to be them being able to eventually reclaim this point.
Well, it's good work from the Outlaws, but and more easily than the Outlaws are. Outlaws have to keep retreating with their backline and create that distance for Crimzo to do work.
Good whip shot. That's wonderful by Jake. Just completely denies Mag away from the high ground. There's the post bomb combo straight up into it. That's the backline of Justice taken out. No more heals for them, and that's an instant disengage from this team fight. They know they can't win this one. Fury just trying not to get
and Dreamer to set up these dives, for example. But Justice are going to come back in here with another call. And that's really dangerous for the Outlaws to be able to deal with. They won that first team fight eventually off the back of double support ultimate. Jake's still a long way away from that rally.
The coalescence is in hand. Now it's going to be used. Jake, though, just out in the open, gets beamed down. It's actually the spam damage from closer that ends up securing the kill. A very quick flip over there. Houston realized they have to really just give up this point completely. And Justice not looking to try and go away with the one pick. They want a little bit more than that. Houston, though, investing ultimates. Crimson with the Transcendence now. His team just barreling across the point. They need to try and get something out of this with Fury hacked up. It's going to be an easy D-Mech for them. And now we see the EMP committed as well. Decado still out and around. Happy lays down the post bomb. That's not going to be finding too much Mag. Solo has to leap all the way around, and no one is really dealing with Happy. He's putting in a ton of damage, but where is the follow-up? The EMP eventually comes through to Washington Justice now. Looking to just about get these kills with 83% and counting. The team fight looks like it's slowly edging towards them.
The Justice popping off this sound barrier as well. They're at 90% here. Mag trying to get deep into the backline. He knows if he can isolate Crimson and push him out, that's a huge... Maybe Happy with a pulse at some point, but the Justice are going aggressive again.
Yeah, that self-destruct is almost impeccable. It completely pushes Jake back. He can't lead it in with his team with the rally armor engaged. Overtime is going. Somebody's still playing the point. I think it might be. It is indeed. Dreamer on the point. Happy as well, just causing a bit of havoc. Might have already just gotten 2 kills for them, potentially still winnable for them. Now a Transcendence being built. Crimzo's just been putting in damage this entire time. He's built up another one, and they may have just salvaged this.
What a clutch! I did win the next one. You're going to have EMPs on both sides. Dante was the proactive one last time around. Not sure he's in position, though, this time. Just hanging around with his own team's backline.
Yeah, Houston have given up a lot of space here. They're trying to work around the flank with the speed boost coming through. That's an EMP, though, as they try to engage onto them.
It's a good one.
Could be an opportunity for them, but nobody is really dealing with Decay. He's going to get spotted. So much damage. Crimzo trying to dodge a juke. He gets the volley off the pulse, though traded. It's 1-for-1. A bit of post-mortem coming out. Still the Justice. They've got enough picks. Can they try and find it? Happy wants to try and at least mitigate this threat that's coming their way. This round really going to the brink now with 99% on either side eventually. Dreamer hacked up, so not going to be able to use these mines. Just needs to try and stay alive. You can see the peel is there from Piggy, but a big power driver to set up that. The tanks are going down. The Samurai on top of it, the Washington Justice. They've got every tool at their disposal, everything necessary to try and at least flip this one over. See what the Outlaws have got in their tank to try and find this fight.
Last time, Happy came up with the goods, managed to get a kill. Jake so close to rally, as is Crimzo to his Transcendence, taken down at 96%, and Jake burnt down as well. Bebe's call just out-tempos them both, and that Bio Orb seals up the back line.
So difficult to try and find, and now only a couple of players left for them. The Mines kill onto Bebe, but the overtime, it trickles down.
Building up those fast calls, the Justice are always going to be the attackers. And look, there they go again, but Bebe falls immediately.
That is a very impactful pick from Crimzo. I mean, there's no understating it. With Bebe down, he's not going to be healing. He's not going to be running up the Coalescence. The major win condition for the Justice's comp taken out. They've essentially won the team fight off of that alone.
Now the Outlaws now have this high ground control, and no part of the Justice's ult cycle is even close to coming online.
Yeah, the Justice, though, working as a group here. You can see the power drive actually disrupts them as they were trying to rotate onto the Houston Outlaws, but the positioning, Crimzo is playing in a very nice angle. He's going to be putting out the heals and the damage once more. Justice trying to jump on them with Dreamer going down. It's a huge opening for them, and Decay, I mean, he's unleashed right now. Look at him just trying to push away Happy, who's on the point, just trying to get any sort of kills he can, but eventually brought down there. Not ideal for the Houston Outlaws. They have to try and give this one up. They will.
They're pushing constantly towards spawn here, just try and speed boost Cole here.
Oh, they are.
Cheeky wraparound.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're not wasting any time. This is discipline and determination being showcased by the Washington Justice. The Coalescence is off. Decay, meanwhile, still causing a bit of damage there into the backline, and Mag with this Primal Rage is eventually going to get brought down there, but he did force out the Transcendence. Still, with all of them going down, it's an even fight for either side. Crimson just trying to survive, but with the EMP, that's the DPS line of the Washington Justice putting in the good work there. Point flipped over though. Outlaws in control of it, but it feels like this team fight again, the Washington Justice is going to be getting plays in a little bit sooner, I think.
I think they're going to be annoyed there that they let the point flip over, to be honest, because now this is all just passive income being generated for Houston. But their players are coming back in. There's an EMP. Closer, though, with a good response.
Yeah, instant sound barrier to just mitigate it. There's a pulse bomb onto Fury, very, very low in the end. Closer just trying to whip around and follow up on some of the damage here as
Bebe
well.
hacked.
That's just trying to boop them, but with Bebe hacked, it's an easy kill. And the Houston Outlaws, with the tank line missing from the Justice, they should be the winners of this team fight here. The hack onto close.
Particularly going the way of Washington. Here we see a little Tracer skirmish on the left-hand side. Dante did a great job in the prior fight of hacking the Moira. The Moira is so crucial, the center point, the anchor, the pivot to how this comp all works.
Hack onto Dreamer. So low, he's right in the bubble as well. The heals are going to be hard to come by. Tracked down by Decay, the bomb as well as that. Fury just comboing it all up, pushing them into these awkward angles. The Outlaws, no choice but to collapse, unfortunately for them. Point again goes over to the Justice. Now they can start to build up a bit of that percentage.
Quickly, and Assassin has been good. He got an EMP last time onto Crimzo, managed to finish him off immediately. Same thing again.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly the target you need. It's so hard for Crimzo to play. He's trying to play around the doorway, I suppose, like the choke point, so that he can potentially go from one side to the other to avoid the EMP, but it's an instant team fight win, and again, this percentage goes up. Already 70% now for the Justice. They still
going for the flank here. Nice defensive EMP, though. They were aware of that, and they're aiming to shut down Mag before he can pop the Primal.
Yeah, that's fantastic, actually. CC'd up, couldn't actually pop anything. Now the overtime goes. The Outlaws, they flip the point under their noses once more. Happy sends in the pulse bomb. Doesn't get too much done, but now we see Dreamer again rolling deep into the enemy team. It's hacked up though, can't really do too much, but with Fury demeched, the Justice are struggling to find answers. Mag's got to come up big now with this Primal Rage, but with the Discord Orb on him, he's taking so much damage. Sound barrier applied though. Now it's time for him to go back in again, but Crimzo's been holding on to this Transcendence the whole time. It's going to be a freebie. The team's led across the point, and with the damage on top of it, they're all pushed away. The round secured here for the Outlaws going.
That's the same from both perspectives. They both believe they can do it again.
Justice are faster with this comp, so they took the high ground a little bit before the Outlaws could. And look at where this fight's taking place. It's practically in the Outlaws spawn. He booped away here, Closer just trying to take a slide off angle, but with Bebe falling, that's again a massive pick-off for them. I think it is completely intentional as well from the Outlaws that
first those abilities, they have to find a pick. They've got to generate some kind of advantage within the first 5-7 seconds.
Look how deep they're going, but the Houston Outlaws, they just, again, absorb the aggression. They just walk right backwards, and now they're going back in. As soon as the cooldowns are spent, Dreamer, I am shocked that he's still alive.
No way. No way.
There's no way he gets out of that. So low, but a pulse bomb connects. Decay at least gets one of the tanks out of the fight. You see Jake using that rally now to lead the team forwards with the EMP on top of it. This is the Outlaws of a ton of damage, and the Coalescence is really just being mitigated. A nice stun. Jake bashes him right out of it as well to cancel it. Not going to be having that ultimate now for this fight, and with the Transcendence healing on top, that's the Outlaws sealing the deal there. 50%.
The Outlaws have had an answer for everything. Surely they don't have an answer for this. There's a beat, a primal, an EMP. There's nothing the Outlaws should be able to do in this fight.
Trying to bait them onto the point here, potentially to get the EMP off. It only connects onto Dreamer, though. He's already around the corner. Sound barrier as well from closer, and Decay with a pulse bomb. All the ultimates committed. A lot of individuality. What a stick from Happy! The fade away onto his opposition. You are joking. It forces Mag to now use this Primal Rage because he's uncertain as the direction of this team fight. But it is enough to eventually secure it and get this point under their control the first time in this round.
But you gotta say, from Houston's perspective there, that's a fantastic team fight. You came into that with no ults other than, well, you had Mines and Pulse, but those are not big team fight winning ults. And you forced out everything the Justice had. They're always going to have this Coalescence, though. The Coalescence builds incredibly quickly. So actively here, or do you have space to set up an EMP? Nope, Justice is going to go.
A very aggressive fade right into the backline there from Bebe, yeah, with the Self-Destruct as well. Now, also going to start to play the point here, but it's not looking like a winnable fight for them. But with closer falling, maybe they think they can turn this. Maybe with the Coalescence, everybody has vacated the premises, so nobody's going to be nearby to take a ton of damage. The Outlaws, again, they bide their time, they wait it out, and now they can start to push back in.
Yeah, they have a ton of space here to be able to work with, and Dante has that EMP. There he goes.
Yep, Decay just goes down instantly. Assassin, I believe, hacked up as well, so nowhere to run with the Discord Orbs perfectly placed onto every single target. It's the Outlaws in control of the situation. They flipped over the point. It's going to be 99% with the overtime going. Can the Washington Justice even approach this? They're trying to jump onto this now. Decay's going to be using that recall just to get back to safety. He has brought it into the overtime. Can anybody else, though? Bebe forced to use the fade to at least just prolong it out. But what can Mag do? The bubbles burst immediately. Fury left alone onto the point. It's just inevitable now for the Outlaws to be taking map number 1 here.
Certainly looks like it. Great start for Houston. This is what their franchise has been looking for.
And then he might just be jumping onto them. It's a cheeky position. Already the Justice, though, they're going to engage right onto them. Straight off to the side, though. Dante going to be putting in a bit of that damage now. They have finally spotted him as well. A lot of space gained here for the Justice. The Houston Outlaws are just looking to try and bait out cooldowns. Assassin beaming down Dante. Overstepped himself for but a moment. A critical pickoff, a vital one. You can definitely play off that now. You can see the aggression of which they're trying to take this fight. The Houston Outlaws realize they need something big. But with Dreamer out of the fight there, off to the side, gets taken down there from the excess damage that Assassin is able to put out. It's really just looking like a done and dusted deal here for Washington Justice.
That is going to be the cap, though. I mean, that have got fast spawns here, but with 5 minutes and 45 on the clock, the Justice are already on the point.
A potential snowball.
Big Bionade, though. Big Bionade.
Yeah.
That forces them to retreat. You can't fight that. But they're going to come back in with ults. They have another speed boost Coalescence, and they're going to be straight back on the objective. So much responsibility here for this Nano to get value.
It's the Primal Rage that Mag managed to get off. The EMP used in a response by the Houston Outlaws. It's defensive in nature. Dreamer will go down in the end. Assassin falls as well, so a lack of damage now for them. With the sound barrier on top of it, the Justice are trying to persevere through this team fight, potentially take it away from them. But Dante, really waiting, had to use a duplicate. On any target that was in front of him, ended up being the Lucio here. Now he's got to just try and do his job. He'd prefer a main tank, I'm sure of it. Has built up the sound barrier. He's going to be getting it off there. Onto the 5 targets, so a bit of extra health for them to try and chew through. Already pushing right deep into them. The beam following up. Mag falls in the end, so the Houston Outlaws able to stave off that aggression of the Justice.
Oh, another Primal. This is the problem with the attack on Anubis. The defensive team has so many options.
And his Coalescence, Bebe uses it in response. Maybe some calls made by the team. You can see Assassin also with the duplicate. Just needs to build up the Self-Destruct. Eventually drops it down. A nice little present onto the point to push them all away. But it's Decay who ends up falling. Closer does have the samurai. That's going to be a committal into this fight. They're investing into it. They want to be trying to win this one. Jake, oh my goodness, is just diving right onto him. They do get that one pick, so the Justice could be looking to potentially turn this. But the way this goes, they've used almost every cooldown, and they haven't got much out of it. They choose to disengage.
Dreamer, in fact, has made the move over to Ball as well. Pile drive along with Dante being able to get stickies and focusing beam could be devastating, but they miss the timing of it.
They miss it. Yeah, the timing goes off just by a smidge. So the Washington Justice now, they've gained a bit of pressure onto the point. Mag's leapt all the way into the back, and happy he's built up this EMP. Just needs to get back to the rest of the team. Am I off to use it? He does indeed. Right into the back. Decay slept up, nowhere to run. Completely CC'd up, I should say. The damage that they can now just put through is a little bit too much to overcome once more for the Washington Justice. Fury's going to be demaxed again. Justice have been criticized in the past as well over the course of this season for not really taking the initiative enough, and it feels like they're playing a comp that pretty much just all ins when it comes to their cooldowns and their time to try and mitigate it, but yeah, it just doesn't seem to be working too much.
Well, that's not the problem today. Focusing beam. Bionade, though, comes out from Crimzo. Crimzo's been doing so much in this match.
It's a big power drive as well, and you can really feel like the tempo of the Justice is just completely disrupted.
But they got forward without using abilities, Brent, so now they can actually still use them to engage.
And they've got to engage right here, right now. The mines, the power drive, all down. That's a Death Blossom. Pushes them all away with Happy taken out. This could be the time that the Washington Justice were waiting for. Big self-destruct. Cuts across the point there from Piggy, hacked up. Oh, sorry, I should say that was the duplicate of Dante. Building up that bomb. Very low, though. Closer now has to invest his samurai to keep everybody alive. Mag being pressured so heavily. Picks up the health pack, so he is going to be healthy once more, leaping right into them. Nice whip shot to push them away. The kills are finally going the way of the Justice. This is the timing they were waiting for.
Here's the Coalescence to try and close this thing out as well. Jake with the rally, trying to stand toe-to-toe, attempting to stand tall, and they're buying time here for Happy to come back with an EMP. Can he get in time? No, he can't.
But it's on the
Hacked out of EMP.
Assassin. Hacked out of it. It was an EMP of Assassin, and it was a huge one. Cleared them all away, and they're going to be showcase its weaknesses pretty often. But maybe they can make it work here.
It feels to me like this would be a great opportunity for Outlaws to try and go over to a Winston Ana comp, but they're going for the pile drive engage instead. There's no big ult cycling available though with Outlaws comp. And so as Justice slow things down, the Outlaws are just, they have to execute a really big dive, otherwise this is going to fail. They don't have anything to rely on as a plan B.
Yeah, it's all about getting pickoffs with the Outlaws comp. Nice flash. It's gonna catch Dreamer. Rolls away, but that shot from Decay. Oh my goodness, Jake just trying to glide away to safety, unable to do so. Dante has worked himself into the backline into a bit of a back position. Has to try and avoid Decay though, as he's getting hunted down this entire time. Shot after shot. The Outlaws comp, it doesn't require a bit of setup. They need to get players in positions to get a good dive off from multiple angles. They just need the picks using the Discord Orb and the damage boost, but it's very difficult. Justice doing a fantastic job of zoning them all out.
Yeah, this really is like playing Anubis on hard mode, when you don't have the Primal and the Nano to be able to work with. They have a trance, but no rally, so they can't even pop double support ult and just go crazy with it too. And Justice are getting so close to so many good ults.
Ton of damage there. Assassin forced to use the ice block, and Matrix up onto platform as well.
But a Blizzard into the backline on any kind of speed boost, and the Outlaws backline is just destroyed, surely.
Decay into the back, he channels up the Deadeye. It pushes them all away as well. The Outlaws, they thought that they'd set themselves up, but the res will not be denied this time. Bit of pressure being played onto the point. Justice using that soundbar just to stay into the fight for now. You can see
good
Dante
isolation
just diving right into the back here, all onto the staircase. A lot of damage just cleaving all the way through them. That's a self-destruct and way too much to overcome here. Dante has the mech to get back into, but he's just waiting for the duplicate time to fade away. That's what they needed. They're playing, but now they're waiting for the engagement again. And Matrix from Bebe. Drop down there. Crimson needs to be careful. Oh my goodness. Fire strike right through it.
Snipe. That's so good by Mag. And the pin as well, finding the timing. Almost got Dante. There's a reason why this guy is #1 when it comes to final blows. #1 in damage, #1 in limbs, #1 in ult kills. Mag's Reinhardt is just so fun to watch as well. He plays it in an aggressive
90 IQ play with Assassin walking into it, but I don't think that's the case. Okay, that's a little bit odd. And I don't know if it's going to be throwing him off. Ults are still being invested here from Houston. Channeling up the Deadeye, Decay going to be pushing them all away. Piggy eating it up, still the fight continues. Yeah, but now the EP into the back. Assassin just wiping them all out. The backline of the Houston Outlaws, they can't withstand it.
Oh, he looks like a different player. I love the proactivity of Assassin when he's playing Sombra right now. It feels like he lost it for a moment. Maybe it was just confidence towards the end of the season as the rest of his team was playing poorly. But he looks like his old self. I'm really enjoying this Sombra play, but he's swapped over to Reaper now. This gives them more tools to be able to deal with Dreamer's Winston, and they've just made that swap as well with Crimzo playing Ana. So now they can rally, they can go for the duplicate as well. But there's only 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh, look at that pressure. Self-destruct over the top, forces out the Immortality field. But Dreamer is down on the floor. He's taken out there, just swinging away into him. Post bomb on the back. Happy's not going to be getting a connection that he was looking for here still. Forcing out these ultimates in the end, and they do get a tick on the board for the Houston Outlaws, but running out of answers. Another snipe from Mag. Catching Dan. This looks like the Washington Justice are just going to be securing this map right here, right now. 4 seconds remaining. Someone's got to try and touch. They're being pushed away on every angle. Happy's managed to get in, almost pays of his life. Overtime now ticking. That's a self-destruct. Good placement of it, which pushes them indoors. That's a pulse bomb. It does force out the Immortality field, but what can you do to prevent that? The Death Blossom ripping across the point. It eventually fades away, but Assassin's still doing the damage, and Decay as well. Washington can always rely on the DPS players of this squad to get the damage done, and that is going to be the map. Washington Justice
go for free.
Secure.
They can pin them against a wall at the back of this point A.
Yeah, it's already happening, slowly but surely. Dreamer trying to boop a couple of them away, push them away. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Dreamer solo, he's going to get chased down. That's Assassin taking him out. Hacked up, Dreamer just trying to disrupt the tempo again, but ends up paying for it with his life still. He is there into the back line. Assassin getting hacked up, but I don't think he's going to be going down anytime soon. Surrounded by teammates. They're going to be helping and assisting. Already, look at that. That's a capture, straight up. Houston just missing the objective, trying to stall that one out.
Yeah, the timing on that was pretty far wrong for the Outlaws. And you can see as they commit to this team fight, there was still a chance that they would have been able to win that one out. That's a pretty good old-fashioned Charlie Niner, I'm not going to lie. 5.5 minutes on the clock as well. That's an early one. Now, though, as you get towards point B and arguably even point C, there are more opportunities to run down the back line. Outlaws are in trouble.
The fight taking place in the stairwell, pushed away. Almost getting that kill. Happy has to use the recall there.
It's a good EMP by Dante.
It is fantastic. That one pick is going to be disrupting this push, at least from Justice, but now they're going deep in here. Bebe uses that fade just to get into position. Decay with a pulse bomb, of course, that's going to be a connection, and he gets the beat down on Happy as well. A cheeky little two-piece for him, always consistent with these picks.
He really is. I mean, Decay and Assassin have been the heavy lifters. The Outlaws are going to have a choke point at their backs, and even that pulse bomb can do nothing against Mag's Primal. What is... How on earth does that kill happen, though?
Okay, Bebe taken out somewhere along the line there. Discord Orb, potentially Jake also getting the stun up on it. Might be able to turn it around, and no, not going to be happening for the Justice. That is a fantastic pick, and also great opening as well, coming out from Happy as well to force out that Primal Rage, so they couldn't really use it.
The engage from Happy just drove a wedge through the Washington Justice.
Good opportunity for Justice, though. They commit the soundbite, but look at that. It was as the Houston Outlaws were just disengaging. Yeah, it's such an early ultimate that it essentially just gets completely mitigated. Mag's booped away there. I think that might have been just a whip shot coming out inside the combination. You can see them chasing them down. Bebe falls. Pulse bomb. That's a connect. Happy not going to be getting a kill out of it, but certainly does a lot of damage, and it's going to make the Justice think twice about pushing back in here.
Close has been hacked, using abilities so that they can actually set up a dive properly. And the Outlaws have so many tools to be able to sustain. I would expect the Trance to come out here if they're under pressure.
What a stick onto Jake. Takes him out, but it's the Outlaws with a firm grasp here with the kills that they're getting. Bebe, an aggressive fade. Oh my goodness, comes in with the Coalescence as well, and it does force out the Transcendence. So the Houston Outlaws still going to be alive in this fight. They're going to be disengaging. They need to loop and wrap around here with a speed boost to try and get out of the way of the Houston Outlaws. They're on a bit of a warpath to try and stop this with Dreamer falling. There's an opening. Now the Justice look to try and Again, push forwards. There's the EMP from Assassin. Only connects onto Crimzo and Happy. Is there going to be any kill? Crimzo being peeled for quite effectively.
Whoa!
Point now getting dangerously coming through. Mag going to be jumping right through the window to Primal Rage from the back line. No one's really going to be anticipating that anytime soon. And that should be the capture now for the Justice.
What a play from Mag. I love that. The rotations from Justice have all been sublime as well. The hack, though.
Wait.
Oh, and he gets taken down. This forces out the sound barrier, but it's still all going to be fine.
This is a different Justice. Definitely one that we've only seen glimmers of during the regular season. They're going to be stopped short for now as Jake is going to bring down Assassin. The kills should just follow through right now quite nicely for the Houston Outlaws, collapsing onto them here.
And look at the adjustment in Justice's composition as well. They've moved Bebe over... Fury really wants to die there to the mine so he doesn't give over any ult charge and he can just immediately start the respawn, but he's been using them defensively most of the time. And I anticipate that that's going to be happening again here. We'll see this engage probably come through and Nana boost onto Mag. Oh no, they actually take the proactivity, the initiation here for the Outlaws.
It didn't hack onto Bebe though, so they get the Nana boost off anyway. Mag's going to be healthy, gets the Primal Rage off, and he's leaping right in, but he's not finding too many targets. In fact, burnt down already. 300 health on him. But now the team's ready to dive in once again. The Washington Justice finding it straight in there. Dreamer falls, but it's traded 1-for-1 with the main tanks. Closer has the sound barrier. Does he opt to use it? Does he think this is a winnable fight? It seems so. Goes straight in there. The Self-Destruct pushes him away into K's, taken out again. Crimzo has been immense on the Zenyatta.
Yeah, I think a speed boost on Mag. I mean, this is just desperation for Washington.
How did they even get in here? It's so difficult for them. Dreamer has the mines. Fury will be able to get that contest going. Decay has to drop himself in. Mag now right in the front lines of the Nana boost, but look at those mines scattered right at the gates. Nobody can push past here from the Justice, but at least they got the Nana boost off. Mag, though, the damage he's taken with the Discord Orb on him, he can do nothing but hold his shield at the end of the day, and with that power driver, that might just seal the deal there. No EMP is going to be able to turn this. Decay still in the fight, though. He's a good player, but I don't think he's going to be quite able to 1v6 here. I guess. I don't know what you'd call that, but yeah, almost close to just getting instantly picked off.
And the Outlaws have scouted at this point, and they're deciding to go with their same comp.
Dreamer hacked.
Dreamer's been stunned, and then hacked, and now died.
Yeah, taken out early. I don't think they... Yeah, the Outlaws have to back away from this. They're trying to get in a surrounding position, I guess, to try and, again, get the dive off with this composition. It's all about the Discord Orb and finding those correct dives on one target.
But Justice are scouting that. Fury is watching the avenues behind. They have got their Ball and Sombra in position right now. Good hack on Fury as well. Oh, they destroy Mag.
Oh yeah, Mag had no idea what was coming towards his direction. It was back against the cart, couldn't really turn in any direction. Hacked up, stunned. Yeah, a difficult situation to be in right there, and that's a cap. The Justice, they had players to touch again. We're seeing a bit of a mirror. This happened when the Justice were attacking. But it's a quick, clean capture.
Yeah, obviously much harder to actually contest when you don't have Mag there as Reinhardt, and he has that big shield to be able to work with.
Recall. Happy unable to really take an aggressive position to this fight now that that's being expended and pulled out of him.
Assassin has also done so well at tagging Dreamer. There's another manual hack onto Dante as well. Assassin Sombra has been beast mode in this series, and in his prior one as well. They forced out the trance so they can go for an EMP afterwards.
The Transcendence is forced, but they got the kill onto Closer. There's no sound barrier for the fight. Do they still want to be trying to fight this? The Outlaws have not been given up. The constant pressure on the objective means that this is coming right up close to the finishing line. EMP only onto Happy and Dreamer, but now to Self-Destruct. It's perfectly placed.
Oh, wow.
Assassin couldn't go anywhere. Now the EMP is going to be clearing away that sound barrier. Closer gets absolutely nothing with it, and the kills are going to keep toppling here. One-sided kill feed, filled up with green for the Houston Outlaws. It's going to be the cap now into checkpoint B. The Justice, do they need to consider a bit more swaps here? They made the kind of transition over, I suppose, to the Lucio and the Moira, but it's difficult to set up when you don't have the ultimates online, especially now when it's being pushed into checkpoint C. And look at the aggressive positioning of the Outlaws, Josh.
There's 4 minutes as well that they have to work with here. They can afford to give up this fight and still have ults to work.
Recall. Happy unable to really take an aggressive position to this fight now that that's being expended and pulled out of him.
Assassin has also done so well at tagging Dreamer. There's another manual hack onto Dante as well. Assassin Sombra has been beast mode in this series, and in his prior one as well. They forced out the trance so they can go for an EMP afterwards.
The Transcendence is forced, but they got to kill onto Closer. There's no sound barrier for the fight. Do they still want to be trying to fight this? The Outlaws have not been given up. The constant pressure on the objective means that this is coming right up close to the finishing line. EMP only onto Happy and Dreamer, but now to self-destruct. It's perfectly placed.
Oh, wow.
Assassin
That's
couldn't
so
go anywhere. Now the EMP is going to be clearing away that sound barrier. Closer gets absolutely nothing with it, and the kills are going to keep toppling here. One-sided kill feed, filled up with green for the Houston Outlaws. It's going to be the cap now into checkpoint B. Justice, do they need to consider a bit more swaps here? They made the kind of transition over, I suppose, to the Lucio and the Moira, but it's difficult to set up when you don't have the ultimates online, especially now when it's being pushed into checkpoint C. And look at the aggressive positioning of the Outlaws, Josh.
There's 4 minutes as well that they have to work with here. They can afford to give up this fight and still have ults to work in front of them.
Decay has got to come up huge here. The pulse bomb in hand. It needs to find a target. It needs to find something. Trying to put the pressure onto Happy, trying to move them all the way to Hack into the stairwell. Comes around the corner. That's going to be the collapse. Crimzo will fall in the end, but now the rally armor carrying Houston forwards. Not going to be going down too easily. Just backing off around the corner here. Happy going to be whiffing his own pulse bomb. Washington holding on. They move away from the cards. Now holding close. Scattered out. The rotation comes through here for the Justice. Already you can see the speed at which these teams are playing it. Yeah, they've got no one. Exactly, the Mei is usually utilized to try and catch somebody with the wall, with the freeze, anybody. But the Outlaws are like, okay, we read what you're doing. We're just going to be playing around you, out of your range.
Yeah, normally the Mei is also used to try and rotate with the Rhine Shield here in this room. Oh, wow. As soon as Max Rhine Shield is down, they're stuffed.
Oh. Yeah, the punch comes through, but it's actually Dreamer who's the one who goes down again. This Doomfist adaptation by Happy to try and punish what the Justice are doing, trying to brawl, close quarters gameplay coming from them. Happy just about evading that as well, gets out of there, but still the Justice are healthy in this fight. Work forwards, Happy trying to go around the flank once more, Seismic Slam down onto the deck. He's trying to find his way out of there with the Coalescence of Baby Unleashed. Looking for the target, looking for the kill. Not going to be finding too much, but just at the tail end of it, there's Happy falling.
And the Justice are getting so many picks here. They're doing a great job of being able to hold forwards. This kind of spawn camp is only supposed to buy time. You're not really supposed to win here. Nobody aims to stop the payload after only 20 meters. The Outlaws have got enough tools here to break it. The question is, how cheaply can they do it? Can they do it with just a single ult? Can they do it without using any? Can they force out Assassin's EMP? Certainly looks like it early on. It's not even
the EMP
forced.
comes through. It's used. It's willingly used in offering to try. Reminiscent, I think, of the, I believe it was the Washington Justice in London who actually ended up seeing a full hold at the spawn doors again. There's a self-destruct over the back. Now the Outlaws are finally putting a couple of ultimates into the fight and they're coming up with the goods, but the Justice, that's a sound barrier. Do they have the damage now with Mag missing? Doesn't look likely, but with Happy taken out, maybe they can at least buy a bit of extra time now. They are falling one by one though, and the Outlaws with the better spawns are going to finally get this card. Dorado connects, that's 3 players down the bubble. A little bit late. Self-destruct over the top and now the EMP is used, but where's the follow-up? The team isn't ready. And look at this, Decay's in your front line with the Death Blossom. He's already taken him out. Traded 1 for 1 though. And Closer falls as Dreamer ends up committing that Primal Rage. Just bashing them all around, unable to really get anything going here. No connection for the Washington Justice. Just being passed around the court, it feels like. That's going to be the team fight. They're so split all over the place. The Outlaws, it's not really a singular target that they're jumping on, but with Happy hacked up, nowhere to run, nowhere to blink, couldn't quite move and get out of there. The Justice, they'd be happy if they can get another pick off here. Assassin's trying to loop around to the side, maybe find somebody. Wonder if he caught Dante. He did, he knows where he is. Trying to go for the hack. Comes right in, it's going to be connecting onto Piggy instead. Still, the Justice taking this fight forwards.
And here we see the B plan for the Houston Outlaws. You know, this is the Winston Ana comp. It's clearly not what they intended to run a lot of starting this series out, when they were running so much ball, so much Zen. Good sleep from Crimzo, but it's just a little too late. The EMP still goes off from Assassin. Catches onto a couple, but here comes the Nano. They're going to still try and fight for this.
Dreamer has to get something hacked up though, so the Primal Rage, he is really just a sitting target. Very durable at that, might be able to get something done. In fact, the 2 picks going their direction. It's finally looking like they're breaking out of again. Another forward hold here from the Justice.
And even though hard to deal with,
EMP comes through, connects onto a bunch of different players there. The Coalescence, maybe will manage to get it off, being kind of pressured actually into close quarters here. Now Crimzo is in trouble. 70 health, battered away, yep. It's going to be Mag taking him out there. Washington, they invest the ultimates into the fight. They're going to come up rewarded with the win. A minute now, Josh, for them to push this off. And it's so intriguing, isn't it, that the Justice, they've been criticized almost all season long of not taking the initiative in these fights. And now they're playing a comp that revolves entirely around it and seeing success with it.
yeah, this is excellent stuff from Justice. Just seeing them hit the go button is phenomenal. Decay hacked up here. Sombra used, keeps the rest of them alive. Dreamer hacked again. Assassin has been unbelievable on the Sombra. Every manual hack is followed up on, and he's finding them consistently. Yes, he gets punished now, but he's already done his job. There's 40 seconds left. It's all just time ticking away.
What do the Outlaws have? Close to this Nano Boost. Piggy uses the self-destruct. This is to get a bit of space and create it, but look at that. It's a speed boost disengage. The Justice give them the space and back out. Regain the high ground control.
EMP against Nano and Primal.
Pressure.
Who wins this? I think it depends on how clean it is from Assassin. EMP comes out, only catches one.
Only onto Piggy. Sleep onto Decay, forced to use the Ray Form just to back away and out of there, but he's so low with the Nano Boost on top. That is all the damage done. Cleaving right through them, Dreamer leading the charge for the rest of his team.
Actually got two with the EMP, and then Crimzo immediately saved Dreamer with the Nano Boost. So he did catch both tanks, and a great play from Crimzo again, who's been so good for the Outlaws in this series.
That's a 5-man, I think. Bebe with the Coalescence, just, again, the one target they were hoping to probably catch with that one. So much damage onto them. It's going to be Mag falling. Dreamer so low, just about leaping away and gets the heal. Stunned up, though. Decay can't go anywhere. Oh, my goodness. The shield bash, the hack, the Bionode, everything committed into him, and that's the out.
This is the dangerous territory for Justice, where Outlaws start to get this online. Here comes the rally to keep him alive as well, despite the manual hack on Piggy.
Yeah, Piggy can't do much peeling as it stands. Mag
What a
slept
sleep
up
from
at the top.
Crimzo.
That's no Primal Rage. Now you see the Nano Boost offloaded onto Dreamer. He's leapt over the side though, so I'm going to be able to get value out of it because he hasn't built up his Primal Rage. He wants to be tickling them, doing damage this entire time. Washington not giving up. The self-destruct there from Piggy just lands directly onto the payload. Decay falling. That's a pulse bomb! Oh my word, Happy. You gotta be kidding me. 3 kills into the overtime for the Houston Outlaws, but they are in prime position to push this all the way.
And this is a fumble from Justice. Unbelievable.
Upsetting the narratives that have been built up over the course of the season, that they choke in these high-pressure scenarios. The Justice, this is one of the best looks that they've had all season long. They don't want to let it end here.
And we're right back where we began. Moira Lucio Winston comes for the Justice, Ball Zen for the Outlaws.
Crimzo just trying to stay safe here. He wants to play in positions where he's not going to get dove upon and taken out.
Happy hacked.
Well, hack onto Happy. Yeah, that's an insta-kill. Dreamer tries to disrupt it by power driving into the back, but the damage is done. The Justice waste no time in just diving right into them, and they take them out. The Outlaws just crumbled under that immense amount of pressure that Justice are able to put out with this composition.
Assassin doesn't have very much experience in terms of Overwatch League, right? This is his rookie year, but he has been playing for, you know, Runaway, this huge contenders organization. And I don't think the pressure's getting to him at all. He's playing amazingly on Sombra. He's setting up all of these win conditions for the Justice.
Okay, with a tracking, hunting for a target. It's a danger. You've got to try and at least push him away ever so slightly. It's a good power drive that comes through. A lot of damage done. That's a stick. Jake ends up going down, and they miss
and the Charlie Niner.
Oh my goodness.
In an owl match, Bren. In an owl match.
It would be karma right now for the Justice to just type C9 question mark. But I think they're above it all. They're above it all.
They're not just above it. They're focused on something else, you know. Their Outlaws were attacking.
No, Dante's got an EMP. Now we might see it unleashed here. It's a neutral hack.
He's hacked.
Though, Dante. We can't go anywhere.
Assassin!
Excellent from Assassin again. I mean, this guy, he was joked about
everywhere
in the grander community, but he is finding these neutral hacks. Impeccable timing.
If they manage to win Dorado, if they manage to win this series and come back from this, Assassin has, he's done it anyway, even if they lose. He's redeemed himself from this. Here we go, Mag though, hacked up by Dante. Another defensive EMP coming out from the Outlaws. Decay finding value. This DPS line from the Justice is coming up with the goods.
Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders. This is fantastic. Crimzo falling 92% to that Transcendence. They're not going to have it for this next team fight. It's a Justice that are barreling towards checkpoint B now. An Assassin setting himself up for a position. I saw pre-fire there from Dreamer, recognized it, forced him back. Hack, Dreamer can't get it off. Perfect bubble placement from Mag. Completely pushes away that self-destruct that Piggy was hoping would force them all back.
Phenomenal manual hack as well onto Dreamer to stop it coming through. There's the EMP from Assassin. Fantastic Transcendence though from Crimzo. That's tremendous. Keeps the rest of the Outlaws alive. But he is just getting beamed down and Decay's right on top of him again.
They're like, okay, we'll wait out the Transcendence, and now we go in with the Coalescence. It is the ult rotation, the cycling from the Justice is excellent. So many low targets here from the Houston Outlaws, unable to really contest this one much further, and that's 4.5 minutes into checkpoint B. The Justice
Outlaws here to be able to get off a good EMP. Translocator broken though, that leaves Dante exposed, and he is taken down first.
That was coordinated play. Decay delivering again, the pulse bomb into the back. That's Crimzo removed. Lack of damage here for the Houston Outlaws. They could be in trouble. They're still taking a team fight, and they've done a decent amount of work. But I think the way it's going, they're just getting whittled down bit by bit here.
There's Dante again, just trying to apply some pressure in towards the back, see if he could hack up anyone, anything. Assassin getting close to another EMP. This could be an unbelievably good time bank here on Dorado from the Justice.
Assassin's hunting for it. Just the target to manual hack gets detected. Spamming away, goes to the safety of his team, and right now you can feel the pressure. Outlaws are definitely feeling it. To back off around the corner. It's a soundbite that's essentially going to be wasted here. Closer doesn't really get too much done. They didn't engage on any target from the back of it. Now the Houston Outlaws are looking to re-engage with one of their own, potentially a couple of ultimates. Happy. He's in the tunnel. He's got the pulse bomb in hand. Looking for one target. It's Mag with the
Here comes Assassin,
but again has to back away.
Assassin's making his way into the backline right now, looking for an EMP onto Crimzo.
No fade. It's forced out. Here's the EMP. He has it available. Lets it loose. It's perfect. Crimzo taken out. Piggy as well, unable to get back into the mech. Those two picks synergized. Decay playing with his DPS partner. Now with 2 minutes 40, only a couple of players remain. Decay is just finding picks and value all over the map. The Outlaws, they unleash the EMP, but it's a last-ditch. Oh, they know exactly where he is. What a sleep dart. That was scouted out by Happy. He called it out. Decay's waiting around the corner. Preemptive, they take him out. A wonderful opening here for the Outlaws to potentially finalize this, or maybe get some pick-offs, but the way this is going, just dragging it all out. The Outlaws, he does get two. The Outlaws are going to win out this team fight just from the very nature of them having the closer spawn location. And they needed to win it cleanly. I mean, look at the time bank comparison. 25 seconds. Still the Justice just slowly trickling down away these times, these seconds. I mean, Outlaws, they're desperate.
This next team fight is going to decide a lot. Not just because the Houston Outlaws could be stopped here, but by the time the Justice die, they're going to be getting overtime spawns. So if the Outlaws can win this next team fight off the back of a Happy EMP, it could be a phenomenal push and a very difficult situation for Washington.
The overtime spawn is going to be kicking in as well. Nice hack there from Happy, but there's no follow-up in order. But now we see the EMP.
He got hacked.
Very low. Another neutral hack. They're trying to put the pressure in. This time the peel is there. The Houston Outlaws are ready, but there's the Earth Shatter. Drop down. That's only onto Piggy in the end. One target to push them away with the self-destruct right onto the payload, along with the EMP, cleaving right through them. That's Happy gone down. Still, the Justice on the defense looking to try and close out this team fight with the ultimates, though. The Outlaws, they're just trying to grab onto anything they can. The hack. Dreamer, he can't really move anywhere. The self-destruct and now the sound barrier, all committed. The Justice are trying to roll all the way over them. Well, that's Dante building up a very quick self-destruct there off the back of that duplicate. Still the
No way!
Going, that's a remake kill! Decay goes down!
Crimzo with a 3-man bio!
This is their time to shine! The setup is there and Dante follows it up!
That's an ungodly. Potentially, they've done enough.
Free shatter. This Mag just drops it down right there. We see the charge come through at the end. Stunned out of it, though. It's a counter charge, counter pin still. The Outlaws are toppling. Too much time writing in the chat, not enough focusing on the game itself. This is going to be lead down to absolutely nothing. They need to keep a body on, but it's futile. Stopped just short. They ended up getting the capture there, but the Justice, they can see the win condition for them, and with 3.5 minutes from earlier as well. It wasn't the 4th fastest time on Dorado. There was a time added because of the time back on the opposition side here, but still a rapid time nevertheless. Looking to try and set a similar form. Booped away, Mag's not going to have control of the high ground. Decay's finished off. Crimzo from his high perch is able to just fire off the damage with the Discord orbs on top of it. So hard to withstand this.
Very dangerous target. Somebody that the Justice are going to be gunning for sure. Assassin deep at the back. It looks like he's searching for a translocator here.
He is, yeah.
He's not looking for a position to put his own down. He's looking specifically for Dante's to see if they can get a pick on the Sombra.
Time is of the essence, already a minute. It's going to be bled out of this time bank here for the Washington Justice. Neutral hack denied. Still trying to hunt for this kill. Decay, there's not too much he can do in this scenario. Still just trying to work around the cart. That's a lot of damage onto Happy. Forces out the recon out of Coalescence. That's Dante removed. The Transcendence healing. Not enough to save him in a time. It's going to be a nice eat there from Fury as well. And now they are really in a tight situation. The Houston Outlaws for that Transcendence. Well, Crimzo had to drop down to the low ground to try and get the value out of it. So Justice aren't going to be winning out this team fight.
Once again, though, setup. First kill comes from Assassin. Your first.
Not too sure, but the pressure is mounting. Decay, pulse bomb in hand. It could be a perfect counteract to this rally. Dreamer falls. It could be excellent for them. Dante just trying to find his way back in. He's on 100 health. They need to try and commit ultimates into this. The EMP, it's a bit rushed. Right into the corner, and Closer gets off the sound barrier. It's perfect. Right onto every single target he wanted, and the Outlaws. Well, this is it. Losing out this team fight, that's going to be capped up, and look at that, 0.3 meters is what stands between them and completing the map, and I don't think anyone is around to try and stop that.
Well, wait there. Dreamer is, but he's hacked and killed immediately. Got the mines on the objective. Dante goes down, and we are heading to be rotating their backline away from the Justice, force them to use those engage abilities and waste it by rotating quicker than they can. The Lucio is, of course, a big threat, but you can see them coming, and so you know when to rotate and how far you need to be away.
Insane reaction times there from Piggy. He disrupted the neutral hack, but it bought a bit of space, actually. With Dreamer hacked up now as well. Assassin has to just get out of there, but Dreamer really couldn't do anything about it. The Justice, they get the opening pick-off that they needed right now, and the Outlaws struggling to find answers. It's Dreamer who's the one who's supposed to be disrupting this composition with the power drives. Need to see something massive from Happy and Dante potentially. They're going to be trying to engage. That's Crimzo taken out. The dive is there. Now we're looking for one target
Happy
after another. Happy does get 2. Still alive. Quite low though. Doesn't have the recall. Has to back off. 7 health to his name. Not much to work with.
A single play as well that went wrong for Houston in that opening fight. Piggy and Happy both dropped the objective to try and contest it before Justice flipped this over. It went wrong for them, and now Justice have been given a free 30%. That stick
from
brings
Happy.
Mag very low down.
Yes, and he ends up going down to the whip shot there as well. Fury D-Mag, the stick into the back. Oh my goodness. Not quite sure what happened there. The translocator, I think,
the
as well.
translocator, yep.
Yeah, just to dislodge it. You can escape it. It does work that way, and it does result in a Houston Outlaws with this composition. They've got to pick and choose their timings very carefully in terms of how they want to use the cooldowns to engage. They're going to try and get in for free, get a bunch of space. You can see them not really using too much. But now the initiation comes in, the leap, the boosters, everything being used. Now the Coalescence on top of it, and Crimzo is just evaporated, taken out of the map. EMP from Assassin only catches onto Jake, who was on the high ground there, but it has the rally armor to stay alive. Dreamer will be taken out there from that self-destruct. Okay, the sound barrier from the Justice was give them a bit of health now to work with as well, with Mag with the Primal Rage. Really just pushing them right into a tight corner, either that or off the map, and Jake is taken away. 62% still. The Outlaws have players to commit, and now they're committing a Transcendence. Everything pushed into this fight right now.
Bebe is so weak though, and he doesn't go down. Perhaps just getting the benefit of the most recent patch, where his grapple, his suck, gives him back a little more healing as he manages to stay alive with Closer.
I can't believe they're still in this.
They take down Dreamer, but the Outlaws are keeping this cap going. 80% and counting.
Yeah, this is absurd. Decay Has to go back to his team to be healed up. Now we're really getting into it. I can't believe the Houston Outlaws have managed to hold on to this one, but the investment of ultimates, it comes up big still. The Justice, close to this coalescence. This is what they're going to look towards to turn the team fight around. He did end up spotting Assassin, just pushes him away. Now the post bomb in hand, ready and waiting actually. Pushes it around, that's Fury getting demeched. The coalescence comes through, doesn't get too much now to EMP, that's on 4. The post bomb stick Fury around the corner. It takes out Happy, but I think the damage is done. Rolling right through them, the Houston Outlaws. They just need a couple of more picks to try and close this one out, but Dreamer, he's off the map. Now Closer sends out the sound barrier and everybody is healthy. The Washington Justice, they don't want to give this one up, but Crimzo's still alive. Still putting in the damage of the Discord Orbs, and he's built up another Transcendence. The team is happy and healthy. With the overtime burning, it's looking inevitable. End up going to wide up volley on Bebe. Did you see how low he got there? I think that was Crimzo again sending in the damage from afar.
Could have been game over.
They're looking for something. Dante putting in a decent amount of spam there with the SMG. Right to the back, but that's Crimzo taken out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With no fade, it doesn't even matter. The Washington Justice are hunting down the targets. It's meticulous, one after the other.
Yeah, we counter dive, get onto the back line and take out Crimzo. Great play from Decay there. Mag is hacked, but doesn't look like there's going to be a follow-up. Instead, it's Crimzo on Decay.
Decay ends up going down. Crimzo's still putting in the damage, but look at this, the Justice, they've led right up to the choke point. They don't really have the cooldowns to take the fight continued, but they are still going to be building up the percentage on this point. They didn't let it flip over. You remember back into that first control map, it was the Outlaws who were playing the point so heavily, they flipped it out multiple times in that map number 1. This time the Justice are more aware of it.
And especially on this particular, they're being more proactive than ever. Look how fast they're being in this fight. Again, another speed boost, and Mag is just up in their face with a primal, not giving the Outlaws any space.
Coalescence, Bebe has to just back away from this one. A lot of ultimates for the Outlaws to turn this. They have the EMP. Dante up on the high ground, gets the hack. There's the mines. Do they want to commit this? Crimzo's fallen. Down and out again, the post bomb down. That is dropped onto the floor, and Fury will be demeched in the end. It's an overtime scenario. The Washington Justice, they don't have too many ultimates left to use, and the Outlaws, well, they're just going to slowly whittle them away and take this point back.
A great dive there from Happy and Dreamer. Good coordination.
Flashing, teleporting right up close and personal. Going to read the composition for now, but wait it out.
Mag under a lot of pressure here. Got a Discord Orb applied onto him. Has to back away. Decay as well. Forced out for just a moment. But they have a lot of space to be able to work with. There's a pile drive. No specific target, though, under pressure from the Justice, as Mag is once again hacked.
It's a hack coming out as well, though, onto Piggy. Fantastic work. They just, again, just take him out straight away. The tracking from Decay has been immaculate, but Crimson with the volley right from behind Jake removes him, but not before the damage is done. Houston did flip the point over. Critically, yeah, going to be able to get a bit of percentage.
Oh, wow. Happy went for that. They would, if the Outlaws are decisive with it, you can see Happy and Dreamer are going to apply constant objective pressure. That's got to be a Translocator taken out again by Assassin, surely.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine. It's happened so many times this series. Assassin just being able to find these Translocator spots, remove it for the team, and Dante can't run anywhere. It's a pulse bomb to try and turn it, but Happy doesn't get the connection he was looking for again.
Assassin and Fury are like a little death squad, roaming around, making Dante's life hell.
And the pressure might just be getting to Outlaws here. They're going to start to play this point over. They need to try and turn this team fight around, but the Coalescence comes through. Dante was pushed back as well. He's not in position to EMP cancel this one. Might be coming through, but now the Transcendence. It's a later one. The Outlaws are coming in with ultimates. A little bit behind. Closer sends in the sound barrier. The Justice are still looking to find this, and the EMP, it only connects onto 2, but it is the tanks. Big targets to try and capture, to try and lock down here. Do they have the damage? It doesn't quite look like it. As the backline is gone, Assassin is just absolutely ripping through them.
Absolutely brutalizing the whole of the Outlaws here. And he's been kept immortal this entire time as well. He doesn't have those Brig armor packs to be able to work off, or a Harmony Orb, anything like Houston need right now.
He needs a pick. Right into the backline, Crimzo is taken out. The backline's removed, and a pause.
What is
this? A pause at such a critical time. What?
But the psychological damage, I feel, is just unrecoverable here.
It's stewing. It's stewing.
They are left
It is.
to stew. Yeah, and that's the thing. None of the players called for it, so who knows when this unpause is going to happen? Because if it was an automatic pause, what is the issue that needs to be resolved for this game to begin again? I don't go in live right again, Brent, so I'm going to let you take over.
The unpause happens. Here it is. Mag pops the Primal Rage straight back to the point. The Outlaws, they've got to just come up with something. Anything, they've got to touch the point. The overtime is burning. This is the entire season on the line for them. They're going to be edging on and off here. The pause bomb, it's going to be a bit of a whiff. Still now the overtime going. Is there anyone from the Outlaws who can keep this going? So much pressure. They're all being taken down low. Dodging in and out, weaving between the point, but with Dreamer falling. It's the last play that could really realistically touch. Decay's in the back, the post bomb connects again. Crimzo, and if that doesn't seal the deal, I don't know what will. The coalescence ends, and so does the map. The Justice are going to Hawaii. They win it out in map 5 all the way, and you can see how much it means to them. The entire squad this season overall, it hasn't been what they hoped, but at the end of the day,